I'm Molly Hughes with Denver Post TV, coming to you from the spin room on the CU Boulder campus, leading up here to the GOP presidential debate on campus. I want to bring in Ali Velshi with Al Jazeera America. He is the host of Ali Velshi on Target. Kind of wanted to get your perspective as you head into tonight.
Yep.
Who is your audience?
So our audience are people who want issues-based coverage of news. We don't tend to cover the horse race of the election as much as some of our competitors do. We try and get a little deeper into the things that matter most. In this case tonight, the economy. It is something that everybody talks about, everybody cares deeply about, but the candidates tend to gloss over and speak about in broad generalities. So I'm really hoping, though not convinced, that tonight we'll be able to get a little deeper. I'm hoping that moderators at CNBC will be able to really push these candidates on the things that matter most to Americans, like wage inequality, like stagnant wages, like interest rates, like job creation, those things that people really worry about, those kitchen table issues.
I was hoping to help our audience understand a little bit. When we hear Al Jazeera, we often think, oh, okay, the Al Jazeera all
right.
around the world. That's actually not where you're working.
Right.
You are presenting to an American audience.
That is correct.
Through what lens will you be viewing the coverage tonight? What are you looking for?
So my show, we've got, my colleagues from Al Jazeera English are here. They broadcast to the rest of the world. We broadcast to an exclusively American audience. But it's the same thing. It's the idea that political coverage, especially since we drag it out so long, tends to be about who made points, who scored points, who got further ahead, who really had a home run, who did they appeal to. You won't hear any of that in our coverage. And I don't mind that my competitors do that, because I actually watch some of that. But we are going to speak about the things that we think we should be hearing, the economic issues that are most important to Americans, and whether their plans are likely to work. That's what we're looking for. I don't even mind what their plans are. Are they likely to do it, or are they just saying it to get applause in this room, success in the media, and a bump in the numbers? We're talking about the practicality of applying economic solutions to a very, very troubled economy here in the United States. Our audience knows that that's what we typically do, so that's what they're looking for. They tend to be, by the way, an audience that's fairly well read and knows the issues pretty well, so they're looking for that value added. They care less about whether somebody succeeded in the debate or failed. They want to know what their ideas are.
Now we have 3 months left just about until the Iowa caucuses. To this point, we've heard a lot of personality-driven seen a lot of personality-driven performances. A lot of people are talking about tonight ought to be the breakout night. People have got to get down to business. But now we go in with Ben Carson now leading for the first time. Do you think we're going to actually hear the issues? Or
I hope we are. And I know my colleagues at CNBC will really try to keep them focused on the issues. But in the end, I don't think it pays some of them to move from emotional responses and personality-driven campaigns just yet to the issues. When we talk about immigration, all of these candidates will talk about immigration, but it tends to be the very singular emotional component of immigration. Illegals coming over the Mexican border who might commit crimes or take jobs from America. Immigration in America is broken, and it is very nuanced and complicated, and we have to think about it in terms of the H-1B issue. The people who come and study in America take places that Americans can use to study, but then leave because we don't give them the right to stay here and work and create value here. It's a very nuanced discussion, and we need them to get there, but that's not nearly as sexy as just talking about building walls and deporting people. So I'm really, really hoping, and I know my colleagues who are moderating this, and I really think they will try their best to do it. I don't know whether the candidates will allow them to.
Ali Velshi with On Target on the Al Jazeera America network. Thanks for being here with us. We're a few hours away. I guess we'll find out whether the candidates will move on to some substantive answers on these issues or not. Thanks for being here. We're actually working right next to each other, so we'll see how it goes tonight.
Very good.
Ali
Thank
Velshi, thanks for being here with us. So there you have it. 3 questions from the GOP Republican debate coming up here in just a few hours. We'll have full coverage for you continuing.